Well, it was inevitable that I was going to get to this one. Plenty of you have asked me to look at this. We're looking today at John Carpenter's classic, the 1988 sci-fi horror drama They Live, starring the late Roddy Piper as Nada, Keith David as Frank, and Meg Foster as Holly Thompson. John Carpenter directed this film. He also wrote the screenplay, and it's based on a short story written back in 1963 by Ray Nelson called 8 O'Clock in the Morning. They Live has become even more of a cult classic now. The now famous sunglasses scene where Nada is able to observe the deeper agenda behind advertising placed there by the alien bad guys in the movie. That's become a social media meme in recent years. So the film offers a satirical take on mass media messaging. They Live is not a film to be taken all that seriously. The dialogue in places is quite cheesy, but in a good kind of way. The main character of Nada is genuinely quite compelling thanks to the charisma and energy of Roddy Piper. Obviously he was a wrestler before he made his acting debut, and so he delivers a very larger-than-life performance, which I think works very well for the character given what Nada has to deal with. He accidentally stumbles on a major alien invasion conspiracy and can see things that most people can't. He's on the run, he's paranoid, and so Piper did a great job selling that. He also manages to get in some wonderfully clunky and over-the-top one-liners like, "I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum," and "Mama don't like tattletales." With films like this, the more cheese, the better. Nada is a drifter who comes to LA for work and befriends a fellow construction worker named Frank. He sets him up with a place to stay in what is essentially a shanty town. The TV broadcasts in the area are regularly interrupted by some hackers who are attempting to expose an alien invasion conspiracy and the means by which the population are being kept ignorant. These hackers are part of an underground resistance movement attempting to wake the population up to the truth. One of the themes the film explores is the lie of the modern-day American dream in the latter 20th century. Frank opines the corporate greed and exploitation of the working class and the idea of the dog-eat-dog hyper-competitive economy they're expected to accept. The film also offers a tongue-in-cheek commentary on the endless consumerism of modern life, the commercialization of basically everything. The hackers reveal that a powerful, secretive group are making use of advertising and media to artificially induce a state of consciousness that resembles sleep. Subliminal messages can be found shrouded within everyday ads and commercials for those who can see them. The hackers reveal that so long as they keep the human population asleep, selfish, and sedate, they can maintain their secrecy. Humans are being brainwashed into accepting their servitude, their slavery, and through a life of banal consumerism, they're making middle-class people poor. We're seen as cattle to them. Now, if you haven't noticed at this point of the video, yes, I have a cold and I'm slowly losing my voice, so let's see if I can get to the end of this video without completely losing it. The authorities get word of the hackers' location and destroy the shantytown in a massive and violent raid. But Nada goes to their base of operation and discovers a box full of sunglasses hidden inside a wall. Believing that they're just regular pairs of shades, he puts one of them on, but he quickly finds that they're capable of doing three things. Firstly, they make everything appear monochrome, and secondly, they reveal the true messaging behind advertisements and messaging on billboards, shops, magazines, and even television broadcasts. The words are literally translated into the secret subliminal message behind them. Finally, the shades also expose the true faces of alien beings who walk among us. Now, some of the messages that Nada sees with the sunglasses are no independent thought, marry and reproduce, consume and obey, no thought, watch TV, buy, conform, stay asleep, submit, work 8 hours, sleep 8 hours, play 8 hours, do not question authority, and even US dollar notes read, "This is your God." And a transmitter is sending out a message that can't be heard consciously, the words sleep over and over. The film really comes into its own during its most campy scenes where Nada cuts loose and begins hunting down aliens. There's also good chemistry between Piper and David as they join the underground resistance movement and infiltrate the headquarters of the aliens. Similarly to the plot of the film Arrival, which I've also reviewed in the past, the aliens are re-engineering our planet for their own gain. To them, the Earth is like a developing country to simply exploit for its natural resources. In order to achieve this takeover, they promote apathy and indifference through manipulating the minds and the will of the people through subliminal messaging. We're basically livestock to them. In addition, the aliens work alongside human collaborators who are bribed with money and power if they go along with the agenda. They Live was not very well received at the time. It cost just $3 million to make and pulled in around $13 million at the box office. Of course, keeping in mind, that's 1980s dollars. I think, to the film's credit, it certainly doesn't look like a low-budget movie, and it really offers an interesting concept and a unique and thought-provoking commentary on the stupefying effect of mass media, and how satiated and dumbed down people can be by mindless consumerism. But as I say, the film only really garnered appreciation in recent years. It was an underrated movie at the time. I'm not sure the film was meant to be as funny as it is in places, but it certainly feels like a dark comedy at times. And I think it works best if you embrace the movie on that level. Aside from the overly drawn-out fight between Nada and Frank, where Nada attempts to convince Frank to wear the sunglasses, They Live is paced very well. I think there's some good action and suspense, and it's an easy enough watch. Well, there you go. I managed to get to the end of the video without completely croaking. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on They Live in the comments below. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.